Hey everyone, you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast, and this is the Monday Night Raw review. This week's Monday Night Raw for me was a slightly better show than last week. It had a good vibe due to the fact you can say obviously that due to the Rkbro reunion that we were hoping for so many weeks, and it had a great eruption from the crowd, ovation from the crowd, and that was a very good moment that they did in R2 and the second hour. And the hour first, I would say it was also decent enough, and because most of the show actually it began with Randy Orton coming up, and he actually stating that he don't want to reunion, and then Riddle comes up and he says that he was being hit by the RKO because he wasn't hitting the RKO that he should be, and he learned that how to hit the RKO now. And but Randy is like he's actually trapped in the situation where he don't want to get into the tag team situation. But AJ and Omos comes up, and because Omos had a match with Randy as well later on the show, and AJ and Omos kind of do their mocking type of stuff. You can say kind of a copy paste thing like last week's segment, but again. This was a good segment, a good fun segment, kind of. You can say they were just dragging out for the time being, but I'm glad that they did this in a go home show before SummerSlam, and we got a championship match as well, as AJ Styles and Omos will be defending their Raw Tag Team Championship against Rkbro, Randy Orton, and Riddle. I'm very happy, and I want that good. I want that good moment and that great moment to happen, and I'm very sure that they would be pulling out that. If they don't do that, that would be a bummer if they don't do it in a bigger stage of SummerSlam, and just reuniting before go home show and not capitalizing on that moment is a bummer thing if they do that. But I do think so. I mean, AJ Styles almost had a 3 to 4 months reign as well as a Raw Tag Team Champion, so that's good as well. So if they actually drop the title and they have a championship match again, that would be also a good story going up against as well. That rematch clause always happens after a pay-per-view match or so. So that's the thing. And this was the first segment we got first, and in this segment we actually also had AJ Styles challenging Riddle for a match, and Riddle versus AJ Styles was confirmed for the first match. And this was not a best match. They had a better match before, but still, this was like a this this was like a Riddle and AJ Styles were not getting along with each other, and because sorry, Riddle and Randy Orton, because in this first segment they weren't reunited. So Randy Orton wasn't there with Riddle, and that almost kind of distracted when he was going to perform the bro Derek. I think so, that bro splash, that moonsault, but he got distracted. AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash and gets the pin. So that was it. And after that we saw a sad Riddle looming around the backstage and being asked what he would be doing, but he's clueless what's to do. So that was a mood that was going, and we get to the second match. I'm not speaking about any segments or so, because we didn't Monday Night Raw don't have some kind of special kind of a segment that you need to talk about. But we had a Rhea Ripley segment, Nikki Ash backstage, and his her usual promo, and we get to the second match. Raw Women's Championship. Raw Women's Champion Nikki Ash was Rhea Ripley. I hated this match, and because of the result, man. Because okay, man, if you're doing Nikki Ash versus Rhea Ripley, which we have seen a lot of times, but Rhea Ripley beating clean the champion is so bad. I mean, always obvious. I mean, it's obvious that fans aren't liking the character of Nikki Ash too much. She's so naive, that she's so silly that she is not taken seriously as a Raw Women's Champion, and I would say that they pulled the trigger as a to have her the title on her onto her way before, but because the creative thought about that the fans would be with this small kind of champion, but that completely got opposite because she's not getting over. She is keep getting loved. She's getting some kind of mixed reaction sometimes, but she isn't over so much as she used to be, and she wants to be in this character. Really beat clean, and that looked way weak for a champion to lose, and I didn't like that. Anyways, that was a bad moment for the first hour, and we get to a handicap match. Drew McIntyre versus Veer and Shanky in a handicap match, just nothing match. There was a stipulation around here where McIntyre, if he could bring his sword to the ring at SummerSlam, if he couldn't bring the sword to the ring at SummerSlam, if he lost this match, this handicap match. From the start of this story, I was very excited if then they actually were going for Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, but they didn't do this storyline as a main story or something. They felt like a third, or I mean, it's still like third storyline, you can say, in Monday Night Raw, because we have WWE Championship storyline, and then we have top storyline like the Randy Orton thing, and Alexa Bliss storyline is also there in the mix. So this is kind of a lost in the shuffle, and they didn't have something interesting going on as well, and didn't have some promo, and they just had that attack and all from the back, and just having for every week the matches, and just having just making Drew McIntyre to live the life a hell out of, and that was the story that they did, and which I didn't like the build and all. But again, Drew McIntyre versus Veer and Shanky, and in the end, McIntyre blast Shanky with Claymore kick and pinned him, and that was it. And post match, Mahal sent Veer after the sword. McIntyre suplexed him. McIntyre grabbed the sword and stared down Mahal before getting a mic, and he kind of uh, had a promo, and which was he had a message. We pretend to relay the message that he wishes he could be as confident as McIntyre, and hopes that McIntyre beats Mahal at SummerSlam. So that was. I mean, don't want to speak about this as well. Very ice, very cold rivalry that should have been a hot rivalry if they because of the way back this history actually goes in the 3MB days and all, but they didn't do that. And we had a last vignette again from last week that was replaced. Yeah, he's losing that gimmick. He's not in that Elias gimmick anymore. He actually places his guitar into a fire pit. So that was it, and we get to the next match. Before that, we had a segment, Moist TV. This is the first ever Moist TV segment of John Morrison, and John Morrison is and Miss. They're gonna turn. I thought about that they would be having a match at SummerSlam, but they are kind of spilling the beans right now because last week actually Miss was running. Radiant Beast was having that thing, and Miss got running, and all of them known that he's not injured anymore. So that kind of pissed John Morrison, and he kind of is skeptical that he's kind of played with him. So and then they had a match again, a rematch, Damian Priest versus the Miz, and just a match where Miz actually asked John Morrison to spray that thing, dripstick, but Morrison pulled it away from him and then headed to the stage. And in the ring, Priest dropped Miz with a bro kick because Sheamus was also there. I don't know why Sheamus was there, and why did Damian Priest came out. I mean, uh, they were going to split up, but Damian Priest came about like he wants to see the split up right at that moment. So that's what he was doing. So kind of fueling up the thing. So that was it, but which didn't feel like a I mean, okay thing, I would say that, but didn't felt like Sheamus should have been there. But that storyline was also getting into this, and they did that two kind of build, because we are having the United States build up as well as the turning of John Morrison, and I think so. Miss turning on John Morrison would be great because he is such a great heel character, and he plays that character very well. We have seen his performance, so and that's the thing. that we want to see, that I want to see, I would say. And we had a this Eva Marie Doudrop segment. Eva actually told Doudrop to go to the playground and take the lily out of her Alexa Bliss, and they after that we heard Alexa Bliss also to speak to Lily doll, and Doudrop showed up, and she take away the Lily doll, but got she got something not right, and she actually gave back to Alexa Bliss, kind of a magical thing that. And uh, and then later on the show they had Eva Marie actually slapped Doudrop twice, and I can't wait to see actually Doudrop finally turning and saying that. I mean, this was actually in the Twitter so much when this was happening live, and she didn't do anything. And I want to see Doudrop snapping on Eva Marie and having that match. But there's a match actually confirmed for SummerSlam: Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss. That's a match actually at SummerSlam that's confirmed. And we have next match: Mace versus Mansoor, and just nothing match. I would say this was a fun match, even though it was short. Mansoor had a decent, pretty nice match, I would say. Mansoor goes for a sunset flip once, but Mace sat down on him. Ali kicked Mace through the ropes, which led to Mansoor learning and Mace to a pin. Good. I mean, it was a short, but it felt like a fun thing, I would say. But I know I don't like what they are doing with. Uh, the Mansoor and Mustafa Ali, that story I thought about would be going good, but is it all of them are kind of starting good, where I felt like it would be going good and would be uh, having some effect on to the Monday Night Raw. But no, man, it's not clicking with me. I don't know if I am the one who was liking who is speaking like that. I don't know, but anyways, we had AJ Styles on Omos segment then, because we were getting into the hour three. Randy Orton Omos was the sixth match of this week's Raw, and this was nothing where Omos actually was very limited in the ring, just standing and just having his power advantage. And the story, the whole show actually were continuing on that Randy Orton thing, and they capitalized on this Randy Orton thing, and we were expecting a big face off as well. So R3, I would say, should maybe having a big jump, because you have the WWE Championship as well as the Randy Orton, the Rkbro reunion as well in this R3 as well. So R3 was fantastic, R2 was nothing, R1 was decent. So overall, I would say that a decent plus this good R3 as well. I would say that is a pretty good, pretty decent show overall. And Randy Orton beat Omos by DQ because Styles actually kicked him, and that cause ref actually saw that. And I expected that, because I didn't think so that Randy Orton almost would be taking a loss, because they are the champions, and in this case they are very I mean, careful about the champion. I don't know, but they are very careful about the champion. They didn't want to lose Omos to get a loss, and that was it. And we had a segment after that. Riddle ran out and roughed up Styles while also kicking Omos between the ropes. Riddle dumped Styles to ringside, and the fans chanted "Rkbro, Rkbro," and Orton called for a mic and told Riddle that his respect is something that must be earned. And Orton said Riddle earned his respect, and Riddle asked if it was happening. He was having a happiness moment. Orton said it was, and proclaimed that Rkbro is finally back. And Riddle offered Orton a handshake, but Orton shook Riddle's hand and then hugged him, and which felt like a world for him. And the reaction was $1 million reaction from Matt Riddle. And this was the moment where actually fans erupted and the crowd erupted into this, and I was very happy as well. A very good moment that we haven't seen kind of this kind of very happy moment in Monday Night Raw or so, and I really liked it. And all the more they actually challenged for the Raw Tag Team title, which we were expecting so much, and it's finally happening at SummerSlam. Expecting a great match from them, and one of the match I'm very looking forward to, and having that good moment for Rkbro, Randy Orton and Riddle. So that was it. But we were not done, because we had another match: Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross. So we had Karrion Kross getting Jeff Hardy getting one time victory, and Karrion Kross also get a one victory. So kind of 1-1 scenario we have. And this time it was just a squash match, which Karrion Kross actually locks that cross jacket and Jeff Hardy goes to sleep, and that was it. Just to have the momentum going to his NXT title defense against Samoa Joe. And as for NXT Takeover 36, I will be coming out with the predictions soon enough, and we'll be talking about that. A lot of pay-per-view, man, this week. And again, we had, as I said, Lou Drop segment, Eva Marie segment. Eva Marie's were actually angry where she didn't got the Lily doll, and she actually slapped twice, and that was it. And I hope to see a great heel turn, big pop face turn for Doudrop, and that would be great. And we get to the next match, tag team match, Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash. I thought about the Nia Jax is going to be a singles thing, but we also had a shot of Shayna Baszler as well from the back, so I think so they are not split up as well. And we had a new move by Jax, impersonating, you can say, the Rikishi Sting Face move, and that was good. That was took by Nikki Ash actually, and Nikki Ash is not very believable now as a champion. She's just getting whooped by all of them. I mean, yeah, she deserves some kind of a strong booking, that kind of over the top booking, that Rey Mysterio kind of booking, but she isn't getting that fair treatment, I would say. But they should try that, but it's not getting. It's all about booking, man. It's all about creative, because she had the character and she can get that reaction, I would say that. If they book it, if the creative have some ideas, get her some wins, just having not just celebrating and all, just have some seriousness as well sometimes, that would be good. I mean, you just never have you can be very silly and very naive all the times, and you're just being kind of a mad person for getting one victory or so. And that's but this was a nice tag team match, I would say, which came out of nowhere, and kind of you can watch through, and had an action going on. And we get to finally the segment of the face off, Goldberg Bobby Lashley face off. I wasn't excited for this, I would say. I mean, I'm most excited for Roman Reigns versus John Cena, even though it's predictable. But I would say that the build wasn't nice for this WWE Championship as well. But I would say that when this segment was going to start, I was excited to see what it would be, kind of a all-out brawl, which didn't happen actually. They had a promo which was good, and they had actually Goldberg actually made his entrance. Goldberg addressed a crowd. He recalled Lashley and MVP talking about fatherhood, and Goldberg said it's been less than 2 years since he moved fans to Texas, and his son Gage is the one who actually, because of him, he actually returned to the ring. And Goldberg said he came out of retirement for his son. He said he could have gone online and watched footage, but he wanted him to see in person. And we had Bobby Lashley then coming up, and MVP said Goldberg has been doing a lot of talk lately, and wondered if it's becoming overcompensating because he knows he's outmatched. And in the ending of that, once in the ring, Lashley told Goldberg that he knows he wants to have his SummerSlam moment. He said he would give him by ending his career. Lashley says it's bull, and Goldberg responded. Lashley went for a clothesline, but Goldberg ducked it and speared him, which looked like a very weak spear, because of the angle, because they actually had that very close up kind of top kind of angle. If they had done that from the kind of a wide angle, that would be good. That would have been good, but they didn't. They didn't did that. That angle was very bad. But after that, it didn't happen. I thought about the Goldberg would be taking out any chair or something to hit, but Goldberg is a baby face. We know that he don't do that unless he's kind of done anything. So he had already done things that he has been. I mean, they did nothing to Gage actually, and they hit MVP the spear. He hit MVP the spear as well as Lashley the spear as well. Even though you can say that Lashley was coming for the clothesline. So a basic kind of a closing angle, you can say that a good closing angle. And yeah, really, I would say that really. Slightly better show than last week, and a decent show, which you can pretty much watch through okay stuff. But I would say that the second hour was still difficult. It's very difficult to watch still. Monday Night Raw, lots of lots of bad things still is going on. So that would be continuing. So I would like to know your thoughts as well for this week's Monday Night Raw, guys. So I am closing it. So I hope you like my review, and I'll see you. And we are just 5 days away from SummerSlam, and this weekend. This week is not only SummerSlam weekend. You can say so much. We have Ring of Honor pay per view, we have NWA pay per view, and we had New Japan Resurgence as well last week, which I haven't watched. I want to watch it. I would be doing that review this week or next week, I would say. And we have this SummerSlam revisiting. Where I actually revisit SummerSlam pay-per-views that actually is going on as well. So I may be coming out with another SummerSlam pay-per-view review as well, and so that's that's the thing. So very busy weekend, and very great excellent matches that we are going to see, and I'm very excited. So I hope to see you guys in my next review. Until then, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this, and do comment down your thoughts as well for this week's Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.